It's a great style of non-verbal.
Anyway,
Communication.
Very good. Very good. Well, thanks for letting me be here. I appreciate it very much, and thank you to Coach Kuntz for giving me a fantastic story. Did we get to the name of the author here? I tell you what, there's a candy bar named after him. Hershey, but it's one of those candy bars. Like, you ever go to the store and like there are those candy bars that you never get? Like, who goes and buys a Payday for like $100 grand? When's the last time you bought one?
I actually like Payday.
Oh, Henry. If anybody's a Seinfeld fan, you will run into Susan Mishke, who's the heiress to the O. Henry candy bar fortune. Just in case. O. Henry, though, you think his mom named him O. Henry?
No.
No. That's what we call a pen name, right? Pen name. That's just his name as an author. His real name.
It's a stage name.
Stage name works well. His real name is William Sidney Porter.
Oh, that's a nice name.
It is. Doesn't that kind of sound authorish?
Yeah, it
When you
does.
decided to switch it to O. Henry.
What do you do?
Let's think of some. You know, you'll find a lot of pen names in the arts. Let's think about rappers. Jay-Z's real name. Anybody?
I know.
Charles Manson.
Jay-Z's real name. Come on.
I know it, but I can't think of it.
Sean Carter.
There
How
we
about
go.
Snoop Dogg's real name? Calvin Brodus.
Oh,
You ready for the best one? You ready for the best one? Vanilla Ice.
Snoop Dogg's
Vanilla Ice. Robert Van Winkle. Not kidding.
You should have stuck with that. You would have gotten like way more girls.
Anyway, O. Henry, pen name for William Sidney Porter. Famous short story writer. He is from North Carolina. He lived from 1862 to 1910, so not very long. He died in 1910. He was an alcoholic. He died miserable, penniless. One of those artists with kind of a tragic ending.
One of the many.
He spent 5 years in prison at one point in his life for embezzling money. After prison was when his career sort of blossomed, though. He wrote over 300 short stories, and he's known for writing with surprise endings. Kind of those endings that come up on you real quick, that kind of come out of nowhere and surprise you. And you guys read this story yesterday, and if you comprehended it appropriately, you kind of see that it all came together right at the end. And what we'll talk about is how originally it's kind of a gray, sad, gloomy story. Starts with this girl crying on a couch. Kind of ends up a sweet, romantic, lovey-dovey thing, right? Appropriate for Valentine's Day. Oh, Henry. So hundreds of short stories. Spent a lot of time in prison. Kind of an up and down life here for this guy, but he did produce in his short lifetime a lot of good stuff, and this is probably the most famous. Let's talk about setting. We know what setting is. Tell me what the setting is.
When
and where. Okay, very good. When? Kind of tough. We know that this story was written over the course of a few years, between 1903 and 1910.
It took place in New York.
And how do we know that it took place in New York?
One, because of Broadway, and two, because it talks about Coney Island.
Coney Island, exactly. And Coney Island is...
Six Flags for...
Aren't there hot dogs?
That's Ellis Island.
Coney Island.
Coney Island is kind of like the old school version of Six Flags. It's one of the first amusement parks ever. It's down on the shore there. What else is Coney Island famous for? There's a yearly event in July.
Hot dog.
Hot dog eating contest.
Oh, that's
Very
good,
good.
very good.
Kobayashi. Did you see when Kobayashi got arrested trying to
Oh,
rush
yeah.
the stage at this year's Coney Island hot dog eating contest?
No.
I heard about that.
He
I
didn't
don't
enter
watch
the
it,
competition,
I've
but then
eaten-
he tried to rush up on stage and they apprehended him.
Yeah.
Apprehended means
Arrested.
arrested. Exactly.
That's a big word for that.
Alright, how about a thumbs up, thumbs down? Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you did not like this story. It's alright, be honest. I liked it. Alright,
2 thumbs up.
thumbs up. Why'd you like the story?
What about the,
Gift of the matchup.
because it ended with them both giving up something to give them a really important gift.
Right. Right. They gave up something to give each other an important gift, so it kind of gave you that one fuzzy feeling. Who gave me a this or a this? Did anybody give me a this?
Jamal did.
I don't think I did.
Anybody give me a this? It's okay. You could not like a story. You have every right not to. A this? I saw some of these.
I saw Miguel.
Toby.
Oh.
Alright, I'll tell you what, the first time I read this story in high school, I was a this to a that, at least for the first part, right? O. Henry kind of puts it all together at the end, but I was kind of a, because we read the opening lines, and I said, what the heck is going on here? $1.87. And I kind of didn't know what was going on until about the fourth paragraph. And I said, oh, this is going to be one of those abstract, hard to understand, just tell me the story, O. Henry. But it comes together. So, anything else that somebody liked about it besides the fact that it gave them a warm, fuzzy feeling? What else did you like about it? Anything?
Yeah, good ending.
Good ending.
Very
What about the style of writing? Did you like anything about the style?
You know, a lot of vocabulary words.
A lot of vocabulary words, which we will get to at the end of this lesson. Something that I like, and you guys haven't read Catcher in the Rye yet, have you? My favorite book of all time. You're going to love it. It's going to be one of your favorites too. Something that I like about O. Henry is he's kind of informal in the fact that he'll refer to the reader every now and then. If you notice, he'll say, take a look at the home. Or he introduces Mrs. James Dillingham Young, and he says, already introduced to you as Della, which is all very good. So he's kind of personable, right? He's talking to the reader while he's telling the story. And it's kind of like, it kind of pulls you in. It makes you feel special. So Holden Caulfield, the narrator in Catcher in the Rye, who's not much older than you, but he has some very adult-like experiences in his narrative. He kind of has that endearing quality to him as well. And he'll kind of talk to you like he's sitting in front of you and talking to you. And I think that that's a really sort of nice way of writing, specifically in a short story. Kind of draws you in. Also, I think I like this one because it starts off kind of tragic, and I thought it was going to be depressing. I mean, we go nowhere in this story, and in the second paragraph, there was clearly nothing to do but flop down on the shabby little couch and howl. Oh, this sounds great. It sounds like a soap opera, right? She's just depressed. She's going to flop down on the couch and start crying. But it ends up heartwarming, fuzzy feeling, right? Valentine's Day. Couple question and answers that I'd like you to go through with me. And some of them involve just you guys. You don't have to think about the story that much. Some involve basic facts about the story, and some are kind of going to make you think. But I can just call on people at random, but you guys have been participating really well today. So why don't you just raise your hand and give me your thoughts on this. First of all, not having to do with the story. What's the most important thing, material thing in the world to you guys? Say your house is burning down. You can grab one thing.
Probably
Tiffany.
it has something to do with music. My
Something to do
shoes.
with music.
I know.
Your shoes. Yeah.
Picture book.
A picture book. That's a very
My
common
dog.
answer. Why?
Is it on picture?
And
Memories.
Yeah.
memories. And if my iPhone burns up, I'll be sad. But what can I do?
You got pictures
I can
on
buy
that.
a new one, right? Can't go back to 1985 and take my baby pictures again. It's not going to happen. It's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Very good. So we think about these material objects. What are the two most important material things to Jim and Della at the beginning of the story?
Their
I
hair.
love her hair.
So we got Della right here, and her gorgeous hair. Look at that wavy, beautiful hair. She must use a lot of product. Jim's
Watch.
Very
watch. She's a happy face, by the way, because she's got nice hair. Jim's watch. Bango, bango. That's a good looking watch. So those are the two most... Sorry, it's a quick drawing. It's one of those abstract Salvador Dali melting watches.